watching the Knicks and enjoying their follies and at times seldom successes over the years. So I'm sorry, Lamont. I'm going to start at the younger end on this and hopefully not make you feel too dated on this one. But we're going to start with Roberto. And Roberto, what is your favorite Knicks moment
All right,
in your time of being a fan?
So there's either one or two. I'm gonna say my second favorite one first is trading Kristaps Porzingis. That's probably like my second favorite moment because I guess that leads us where we are today. Right. And getting RJ in quickly, but like he just made me so mad that he just wanted out. It was not one minute he was down for us and the next minute he wasn't. But my number one moment is what made me a Knicks fan. I went to my first NBA game at the New York Knicks at MSG, and I watched Carmelo Anthony drop 62 points in that game against the Bobcats. Wow, it was just electrifying.
The Bobcats.
They were the Bobcats at that time.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I was just following basketball. I was like one of those people who follow LeBron James because I didn't know what I was doing. Right. I was like, I didn't know who to root for. And then I went to the Knicks game and I was like, whoa, the environment, the energy. I was like, nah, this is my team.
Yeah. That's what
Carmelo gave you that tease into the door.
Oh, he did. He trapped me. He trapped me.
That was a terrible season for us too.
It was.
Casey, you split the difference in age between these two. What's your favorite Knicks moment?
I think going back to high school, going with a friend to a Knicks game, like without any parents, kind of the first solo mission, and just getting dropped off like right in front of Madison Square Garden in Times Square. It's just a really good time. The atmosphere, can't beat MSG. But in recent memory, I kind of digging the hiring of Thibodeau. I think that's a good move for these young guys because, like with him at the helm, they're going to be competitive night in and night out. And as a Knicks fan, that's all I can really ask for right now is to just be entertained while watching the games instead of, seeing blowouts and turning it off in the fourth quarter every other night.
Crying in the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can already tell so far this season that the culture changes definitely has a bit of an instant impact with their commitment to defense and how much more aggressive they're playing. I mean, a lot of that also is due to the fact that a lot of younger players and role players who probably would not otherwise have much of an opportunity in the league, or at least much of an opportunity to play as much. But it's the themes overlap, and I definitely think Tibbs is an effect on that.
No, absolutely. Great hire.
Monty, you're the elder statesman of the bunch, and I like our previous two submissions of one kind of off-court relevance and one kind of on-court relevance. Are you going the same way, or are you gonna date us all and make us feel like infants?
Back when they started basketball. Now, granted, when I really started paying real attention to NBA basketball, I would say like in the early 90s. It was like 1992, 1993 that I really started latching on. I was a Nets fan for since 91, 92, and like Casey said, once the first time I went to a game and the first time I really just started watching the broadcast, I was like, it's blue and orange, man. This is my team. Mm-hmm. And some of those moments, it's funny seeing this, what they're doing now and taking it all the way back to 93, 94, watching the Knicks make the finals with a team. We're not talking supers. We're talking Anthony Mason, some dude off the street, Charles Oakley, this big bruiser, and you got Ewing and Starks and Hubert Davis and these guys. And it was so scrappy and so they would just bite your leg off, to win a game. It didn't matter. And so the Knicks making the finals back in 94. I forget what year it was, the whole Van Gundy
trust reload.
Yes. And that was just their scrappy get in our face and we're all coming for you, kind of like motif, man. Like I just that's always been our identity to me. And it was funny because on up to like 1999, 2000, something happened. Well, somebody bought the team, but something happened, and for like 19, 20 years, it was almost like the Knicks just didn't know who they were. And I feel like right now with Thibodeau and watching these young guys sliding on the floor and hustling, like we're last in scoring, but we're fourth in rebounding. So it's almost like they're hustling, they're working. And I see a link between that 94 team, between that 99, 2000 team with Sprewell and Allen Houston and Marcus Camby, and these guys now. And that's what's making me excited, because we've had players here and there. We've had a couple little Carmelo kind of pops here and there, J.R. Smith, but I'm starting to see it come back together again. And seeing it from that kind of historical kind of perspective, I'm seeing it's feeling like a little 94 and 95 kind of Knicks kind of action again. Again, we're not in the Garden, we can't all, they can't fill it up. But I think when the Knicks can fill the Garden up, and with these guys with Obi Toppin, and oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. So favorite moment, it's gotta be Jeff Van Gundy grabbing onto Alonzo Mourning's leg. That's just you just don't see that. That's just amazing. That was just terrific. I'm watching. I wasn't at the game. I was sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, this is great. And he wasn't. They made it out like, oh, Van Gundy was fighting. Van Gundy was holding on for dear life. That man was like, yo, what is happening? Like in a forest and trees. He didn't know what he was doing. Right. But it was just, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's top 5 greatest Knicks moments right there.
And it's like an iconic like sports moment. For some reason, the Knicks have these on-court moments, but just these off. Charles Oakley with the 7 security guards. We have these moments, man, where it's just like, it might not even be about basketball. It could just be crazy.
It's a UFC match.
Yeah, it's just like you really don't know what can happen, and that's one thing that the owner did promise. He said, "Hey, it's gonna be entertaining sometimes, and like if we can't win the basketball game, we'll just assault one of our legends and just drag him out of the Garden."
I was worried. You know what? I was worried about you dating these younger guys, but I'm thinking it's the other way around, because you're referencing guys that I don't think Roberto was born yet to see.
That's correct.
I wasn't, but I know about it.
It's a history book.
Thank God for YouTube. Thank God for YouTube. That's all I got to say.
The legends alive. Good old YouTube.
No doubt.
We're gonna for the next one, we're gonna reverse it and work our way back down. Favorite Knicks player. Ever? Ever. Ever, or well, you know what? Let's say ever, as far as keeping the window open for people we've only seen film clips of.
Right.
And let's say, and then let's also say ever in terms of someone we actually saw.
Right. And I got older friends who were just like, yeah, that Harry, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay, I'm sure he was great. But now here's the thing. Great now, when I say favorite, this doesn't mean greatest, doesn't mean scoring champion, doesn't mean all NBA. I'll give you a quick top 5, just kind of going on. John Starks. Again, I look at his numbers. I'm sure his numbers are terrible, but it was that energy. It was the dunk. It was, like little things, those moments that he provided. Charles Oakley is, I think, to me, maybe even top, it's just like that he embodied that toughness, that and he wasn't even a New York guy. He's not from New York. He didn't start his career here, but when he came here, he was instantly embraced, because it was just like, oh, that's 5 boroughs right there. That's a New York guy. Him and Anthony Mason just locking down. Didn't even want to score. They just didn't want you to score. How about that? Mm-hmm. And it's like that attitude was like that. So Starks, Oakley, I'm a big Sprewell guy. Love Spree. Just, again, he had that swagger. He could score, but he still kind of had that neck out, kind of puffing his chest out kind of swagger going on. What else we got?
Somebody took out his head coach at one point.
Dude, and there's no video of it, but I heard he came back for seconds. Listen, don't mess with him. Allen Houston, another great one, another great Knick. And Carmelo, listen, when he was playing for us, I had my issues with him, with the style of play, with the one-on-one, the ISO ball. I get now that that's pretty much what, the league is kind of sliding into a little bit. And post-mortem, now that he's dearly departed from the Garden, I do appreciate what he did do. Like, I mean, coming in when he dropped like 64, 65, like was his, top game. So yeah, Carmelo's on that list. He's on that top 5 that are alive.
It's a good list.
Casey, what's yours?
I'm gonna choose a random guy from a few years ago, Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
I liked just the position. It's kind of a disappearing position, disappearing skill set. And then my girlfriend at the time, she wanted to buy me a Knicks jersey. So I said, I think Tyson Chandler, he'll be on the team for a while. That'd be a good jersey to have. I really like him. About 2 months later, he was traded away, and now I have a Tyson Chandler jersey with nothing to do with it.
Throwback.
Yeah, throwback now. But on the current team, I don't know if everyone's going to like this answer, but I kind of like Julius Randle, kind of the obvious answer. I think he's had to step up into that power forward point role just because they have, no talent at the point guard position. And Thibodeau kind of did a similar thing with Joakim Noah when Derrick Rose got injured, kind of had him become an assist machine. So yeah, Julius Randle, kind of crazy that he's, averaging the most assists on the team right now. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing from him.
Jules is definitely turning my opinion on him because I hated him last season.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he jumped from like 2 assists to 6 assists a game, I think, from this year to last.
He's balling, man. He's balling.
Yeah, he's definitely doing his thing.
I saw a graphic the other day, and I don't know if it was real because there hasn't been any actual confirmation of an All-Star game, but it had both him and RJ in as voting leaders for the All-Star game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Crazy. The 1 year we're not gonna have an All-Star.
Yeah, the Knicks get 2 starters. It would be karma, wouldn't it?
Virtual All-Star game.
Exactly. They're
all playing
doing Zoom calls. Like, hey.
It's gonna be like this Pro Bowl where they all play Madden. They're just gonna be in their apartments playing 2K.
Right.
Exactly. Horse, like celebrity horse.
They could play horse. Find some random basketball court out in the middle of whatever city they're playing in, or for the ones that are making so much money they have their own mansions, they want to play in the one in their backyard. Just have like one single ISO camera up and just play horse the whole time. I'd be down with that. Be better than playing a video game anyway. Bruno, close us out and make us feel like we're all ancient and gray.
I'm not like you guys are calling me out. Like I don't know nothing. Probably if I had, I don't know. I definitely have to say Carmelo because he turned me into a Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love Patrick Ewing and how like tough he was. Right now, it'd be RJ and Quickly. Like Quickly showing me like how determined he is and how he wants to like be a big factor. And RJ's starting to bring back that like we don't care, like we want to win.
Yeah.
So those would probably be my couple favorite players.
Shout out to Jeremy Lin.
Oh,
hey, y'all play. Listen, Linsanity was like for them 2 weeks. Ooh, you rushed home to watch Jeremy Lin play, which sounds insane now, but it was crazy. They were selling his jersey. They were bootlegging. His jerseys. We didn't even have to go to Modell. I bought one from Modell. They were selling them. You know how the guys make up T-shirts? They were bootlegging Jeremy Lin T-shirts on like 125th Street. No, I am not lying to you. And I was like, what is happening?
You could buy a bootleg Jeremy Lin T-shirt.
The jersey. Yeah.
I have one of those. I have a jersey. I think you remember that.
I do. I had one too. That Linsanity, man. That was 2 weeks of gold, baby. Yeah.
Whenever I need to pick me up, I just YouTube those highlights.
He knocks down a shot on the Lakers, and he just turns around and he's like, yeah, like he's an MVP. He's MVP for like a week and a half. It was terrific.
He was having an out-of-body experience for that too.
2 weeks of feeling like we were back in the finals. It was a
Right.
glorious time.
It's all downhill from there.